Back for more Bay Sunday now. They say education creates opportunity. It also gives hope and breaks the circle of poverty for young people growing up in difficult situations. Getting that education and graduating can be tough, but our next guest is making sure that happens. She's the executive director of Students Rising Above, a nonprofit started by our very own Wendy Takuda back in 1998 that has been mentoring and helping students reach their dreams with a college education and a career too. Let's say hi to Lynne Martin. How are you?
Very nice to meet you. Good
I
morning.
bet you know Wendy Takuda pretty well, by golly.
I've met her once or twice. Yes,
now,
you're right.
Years back, she started this weekly series about helping kids that are beating the odds get into college and do well. And lo and behold, this whole thing blossomed, right?
Absolutely. 1998, she started to profile kids who are really sort of beating the odds. And we quickly morphed into a nonprofit at that point. And in those early years, we were taking maybe 10 students a year. And fast forward 16 years later, we just accepted our largest class ever of 110 students.
That's amazing. How many kids have gone through the program now?
Close to 600.
And when you say go through the program, this is, you not only help kids get into college, but you mentor them. You help them academically and socially.
Absolutely.
How do you do it?
Sure. So we select kids at the end of their junior year of high school, and we're making a 5+ year commitment to work with them, not only just to get them into college, we make sure they graduate from college, and then we help them find a job afterwards.
So you get these kids before they even graduate from high school.
Exactly.
Help them that senior year.
Absolutely.
And
that's critical because we really want to do a couple of things. Is we want to make sure that they are applying to colleges, they fill out their FAFSAs. And we need that time to sort of build a relationship with them.
Right.
Because when they scatter off to college, we need to be able to know when they're in trouble, when they're not, if they need help, and that they have a relationship with us so they pick up the phone and call us.
Now, I've gone to your website, and
Yes.
you've got you know, the class of 2012, 2013 on down, and you can read their bios, but they also write personal letters about themselves
Yes.
and the situations they're in. Some of these kids come from a lot of hardship, don't they?
There's no question.
Yeah.
These are kids who have been, many of them have been homeless. They've been abandoned, they've been neglected, some have even been abused.
Yeah.
But they all possess this strength of character, this ability to rise above. And we look for that when we select these kids. And they'll all tell you that they want to go to a 4-year college.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Well, and some of these kids are going to like Bowdoin and Williams and
Yes.
incredible colleges here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Most of our kids are going to the UCs or the CSUs, but we've scattered them across the country, including the private colleges on the East Coast.
Okay, we have some photos
Yes.
from one of your galas here. Take us through.
All right, so this is, we have an annual gala, and it's really all about the kids. And these are some of the students that attended last year. They sit at the tables, and we have student speakers, and this is just some of the
A lot of smiles going on there.
good-looking kids. One of the things we do is we have them stand up and tell the audience where they're going to college. And you've got one of the young women saying that she's going to UC Davis.
All right, an Aggie. Good for her. And who is that?
Well, that's at Wendy Takuda. There she is,
is,
right there in the midst of all the students. And this is an extraordinary moment because for those people who have come to the gala year in and year out, we keep increasing the class size. And so we put 110 kids on that stage, and it's a moment when you just recognize how many they've helped.
And 90% of your kids graduate in 5 years, or 4.5.
4.5.
4.5 years. But what's really cool is they're going to go back to their families and stop this circle of whatever it is, poverty, and maybe buoy the rest of the family to do well too, right?
If they can do that, yes. But really what's interesting is when you talk to our graduates and you say, will your kids go to college now? They all say yes.
You better believe it.
So what you begin to do is break the cycle of poverty. And you know that you know, if a parent has gone to college, there's a high likelihood that their children will go to college. So that's where you start to see the real cycle begin to break.
You must love your job.
I have one of the best jobs in the world. We not only get to help kids go to college and graduate and head out into the working world, but we get to watch them through this extraordinary experience of being 17. We're raising 17 to 22-year-olds.
I guess you are. And a lot of them, some of them come back and work for you too, right?
We actually were hiring them. And then what we find is that our graduates are coming back and mentoring the students currently in our program.
Giving back after you gave so much.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a great program, and we give it a big thumbs up, of course. We love Wendy. And Lynne, thanks so much for coming in and sharing.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
If you'd like more information, log on to studentsrisingabove.org. That's studentsrisingabove.org. Hey, that's our show, and I got to tell you, it was a pretty good show, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again next Sunday right here on Bay Sunday. Good luck. Take care.